Welcome to Farewell to Legends. I'm Anthony. Today we take a moment to say goodbye to those unforgettable souls who gave so much to the world. Their passion, hard work, and presence touched countless lives. Though they are no longer with us, their legacy remains, living on through memories that time can never take away. Raul Malo was born on February 7, 1965, and developed a strong connection to music from an early age. His influences were wide-ranging, and this diversity would later shape his unique approach to songwriting and performance. He grew into an artist who valued expression and storytelling as much as technical skill. Career? He became best known as the lead singer of the Mavericks, a band recognized for blending country, rock, and Latin-inspired sounds into a distinctive style. Malo's voice stood out for its richness and emotional depth, allowing him to move easily between heartfelt ballads and energetic, rhythm-driven songs. With the Mavericks, he helped build a loyal audience drawn to both their originality and their commitment to a sound that didn't follow trends. Musical style. What set Malo apart was his ability to connect emotion with performance. He approached music as storytelling, giving each song a sense of sincerity and character. His willingness to experiment across genres helped the band create a sound that felt both familiar and refreshingly different, influencing many artists who followed. Legacy. As of the most reliable public information available, Raul Malo is still living. He is remembered for his powerful voice, creative risk-taking, and lasting contribution to modern Americana and country-influenced music. His work continues to resonate with fans who value authenticity and musical depth. Porstacey, born June 28, 1999, emerged as part of a generation shaped by digital culture and genre-blending music. From a young age, he showed curiosity for sound and storytelling, gravitating toward expressive forms of hip-hop and alternative music. His early creative steps laid the foundation for a style that felt personal and unfiltered, sound and style. His music blended raw hip-hop energy with elements of punk and rock, creating a sound that resisted easy categorization. Rather than follow mainstream direction, he focused on experimentation, building tracks that carried both intensity and emotion. This approach helped him stand apart in an increasingly crowded creative space. Themes and connection. At the core of his work were themes of identity, struggle, and self-discovery. His lyrics often reflected vulnerability alongside resilience, giving listeners a sense of shared experience. Many connected with his openness, seeing their own uncertainties mirrored in his storytelling and artistic expression. This made his music feel relatable without needing exaggeration or spectacle. Legacy. Though his time in the spotlight was brief, his influence continued through artists inspired by his willingness to mix genres and speak honestly. He is often remembered as part of a new wave that valued individuality over conformity. His creative spirit remains a reference point for emerging voices in alternative music. Peter Kwang, born on April 9, 1952, was an actor known for his versatility and steady presence across film and television. He built a career playing a wide variety of roles, often bringing quiet depth and authenticity even to smaller parts. Over time, he became a recognizable figure to audiences familiar with 1980s and 1990s screen entertainment. Notable roles and screen presence. He is remembered for appearances in films such as Big Trouble in Little China and The Golden Child, where he portrayed characters like Rain and Tommy Tong. These roles helped establish his place in action and fantasy cinema of the era. Kwang also appeared in numerous television projects, including series like Miami Vice, where his performances demonstrated consistency and professionalism across different genres. Advocacy and industry work beyond acting, Kwang was involved in efforts to improve representation within the entertainment industry. As part of industry advocacy work, he supported more accurate and respectful portrayals of Asian characters and contributed to discussions around diversity in casting and storytelling. His work reflected a commitment to long-term change in how stories were told on screen. Legacy Peter Kwong passed away at the age of 73. He is remembered for a body of work that spans many decades and for his role in supporting greater inclusion in Hollywood. His legacy lives on through his performances and his contributions to improving representation in the industry. Peter Green, born October 7, 1965, has built a career defined by intensity, unpredictability, and a strong on-screen presence that tends to stay with audiences long after a film ends. Rather than fitting into conventional leading man roles, he became known for portraying complex, often unsettling characters who bring a sense of realism and edge to every scene he appears in. Memorable roles in film and television. Across his career, Green has appeared in a range of notable projects where his performances often stood out regardless of screen time. In Pulp Fiction, he delivered a performance that added tension and weight to the film's interconnected stories, while in The Mask, he showed a different side through a more eccentric and volatile character. These contrasting roles highlight his ability to shift between genres while maintaining a distinct and recognizable style. Craft, intensity, and character work. What defines Green's acting approach is his commitment to inhabiting roles fully rather than simply performing them. He often brings a raw, grounded energy to his characters, emphasizing emotional complexity over polish. This willingness to explore darker or more unconventional personalities has made his work especially memorable, as it often feels lived in rather than constructed. A career built on authenticity. Beyond individual performances, Green's career reflects a broader dedication to authenticity in acting. He has frequently taken on roles that exist outside traditional hero narratives, instead focusing on flawed or layered individuals. This approach has earned him a quiet but lasting respect among audiences and peers who value character-driven storytelling, lasting impact on audiences. Peter Green continues to be recognized for the unique mark he has left on film and television. His performances remain part of a broader cinematic memory, often rediscovered by new viewers who appreciate the depth and unpredictability he brings to his roles. His work serves as a reminder that some of the most impactful performances come from embracing complexity rather than avoiding it. Jane Loder, an accomplished actress, passed away at the age of 81. She was known for a career defined by elegance, discipline, and a strong presence both on stage and screen. Over the years, she built a reputation as a performer who brought sincerity and emotional depth to every role she took on. Theater achievements. Her work in theater earned her significant recognition, including major honors such as a Tony Award and an Olivier Award. These achievements reflected the strength of her performances and her ability to fully inhabit complex characters. Her stage work remained a defining part of her artistic identity throughout her career. Screen roles and recognition. Alongside her theater success, she also appeared in well-known television series such as The Crown and Downton Abbey, as well as films including Lady Jane. In each appearance, she brought a quiet elegance and natural authenticity that resonated with audiences. Legacy and remembrance. Jane Loder is remembered for her refined artistry and consistent dedication to her craft. Her performances continue to be appreciated for their depth and honesty, leaving behind a legacy that reflects both talent and grace in the world of acting. Simon Cowell's early life was shaped less by material struggle and more by emotional distance that influenced his personality. Born in London in 1959 and raised in a comfortable suburban environment, he grew up in a household where achievement was expected, but affection was rarely expressed. His mother was elegant and socially admired, yet emotionally reserved, while his father worked in the music business and valued discipline and results over praise. In such a setting, approval was not spoken openly, but inferred through silence and expectation. That lack of emotional warmth left a lasting mark on him, shaping both his ambition and insecurities. Even as a child, he seemed to understand that recognition had to be earned rather than given. This early emotional gap would later fuel his drive for success and his need to be seen in an industry where attention and validation defined everything. School years and a restless mind. At school, Simon struggled to fit into a system that valued conformity over curiosity. He attended traditional British schools where structure and discipline were central, but he often found the environment restrictive and uninspiring. Rather than excelling academically, he became known for challenging rules and questioning authority. Teachers saw him as difficult, while he saw himself as misunderstood and disengaged. His performance was average, and he left school with minimal qualifications, a result that contrasted sharply with the expectations of his family. This period reinforced a sense of being out of place, both at home and in education. However, it also revealed an early resistance to systems he considered rigid or uninspired. Although it seemed like failure at the time, these years later contributed to his instinct for recognizing unconventional talent and his willingness to challenge established norms in the entertainment industry. The first steps in the music industry. Simon's entry into the music industry began in a modest way, working in the mailroom of a major record company. His role was simple and far from glamorous, involving administrative tasks and exposure to the lower levels of the business. However, instead of viewing it as a dead-end job, he used it as an opportunity to observe how the industry functioned behind the scenes. He paid attention to how artists were signed, how decisions were made, and how commercial success was measured. Over time, he developed an understanding of what audiences responded to, which differed from what critics often valued. This experience became an informal education in entertainment business dynamics. Although his position was at the bottom of the hierarchy, it provided him with insights that would later shape his career decisions and his approach to discovering and developing talent. Rise and fall of first business venture. After gaining experience in the industry, Simon attempted to establish his own music label. This marked his first major step into entrepreneurship and independence. The company initially achieved modest success, releasing several popular tracks that performed well commercially. For a short period, it seemed as though he had found his place in the business world. However, changing market trends and shifting audience preferences soon affected sales. The momentum slowed, and financial pressures began to build. Within a few years, the business collapsed, leaving him in debt and forcing him to return to familiar surroundings. This setback was a turning point, both professionally and personally. It exposed the volatility of the entertainment industry and the risks of relying on short-term trends. Although the failure was difficult, it became an important lesson in resilience and adaptability, shaping his future approach to business and decision-making. Return and reinvention. After the collapse of his first venture, Simon returned to the industry with a different perspective. Rather than chasing prestige or approval, he focused on understanding what audiences truly wanted. He studied market behavior closely, paying attention to sales data and public response instead of critical opinion. This shift in thinking allowed him to identify opportunities others overlooked. During this period, he began working with acts that were often dismissed by industry professionals but proved commercially successful. These experiences reinforced his belief that success in entertainment was driven more by audience connection than expert approval. Although the work was less glamorous than before, it was far more stable and effective. This phase marked a reinvention of his career approach, turning past failure into a foundation for future growth and establishing principles that would later define his success in global entertainment. American Idol breakthrough. Simon's major breakthrough came when he entered television as a judge on a singing competition that allowed the public to vote for their favorite performers. His style was direct and often blunt, which quickly set him apart from other judges. While some viewed his comments as harsh, audiences were drawn to his honesty. The show became a major success, attracting millions of viewers and turning him into a recognizable public figure. His ability to identify genuine talent while providing straightforward feedback became his signature strength. This period transformed his career, shifting him from behind-the-scenes executive to on-screen personality. It also established his reputation as someone unafraid to speak openly, even when opinions were unpopular. The combination of visibility and influence elevated him to a new level in the entertainment industry. This visibility also paved the way for international opportunities that would soon define the next stage of his career. Global expansion and music empire. Following his success on television, Simon expanded his work into creating and managing large-scale music and entertainment franchises. He became involved in developing talent shows that were adapted across multiple countries, each version tailored to local audiences but following a similar format. These shows produced several globally recognized artists and reshaped how talent was discovered and promoted. His production company grew rapidly, becoming a major force in international entertainment. With this success came significant financial growth, along with increased public attention. He now operated at a global level, influencing both music and television industries. However, the demands of managing such a vast empire also brought pressure and constant scrutiny. Despite these challenges, this period solidified his status as one of the most influential figures in modern entertainment history. His influence also changed how reality television was produced and consumed worldwide. Scandals, criticism, and public pressure. As his fame grew, so did public scrutiny. His direct style of judging, once praised for honesty, began to attract criticism for being too harsh. Media outlets frequently analyzed his comments, and some viewers felt his approach was overly blunt. Despite this, his shows continued to perform strongly, indicating a clear divide between public opinion and entertainment consumption. He also faced personal controversies that were widely reported in the media, further intensifying attention on his private life. These experiences highlighted the challenges of maintaining a public image while operating in a highly visible industry. While criticism affected his reputation, it did not significantly reduce his influence. Instead, it reinforced the complexity of being a public figure whose success depended on both admiration and controversy. Over time, he learned to separate public perception from his personal sense of identity more clearly. Personal life, fatherhood, and transformation. Simon's personal life changed significantly when he became a father later in life. The arrival of his son brought a shift in priorities that influenced both his work and lifestyle. Long hours and constant travel began to give way to a more balanced routine centered around family. He often spoke about how fatherhood gave him a new sense of purpose and emotional grounding. For someone who had spent decades focused on career success, this change was profound. It softened his outlook and made him more reflective about his past choices. While he remained active in the entertainment industry, his approach became more measured. Fatherhood introduced a sense of responsibility that extended beyond professional achievement, reshaping how he viewed success and fulfillment in life when possible, without guilt. Accidents, recovery, and perspective shift. In recent years, Simon experienced serious health setbacks following accidents involving electric bikes. The injuries were severe and required major surgery, including spinal repair and long rehabilitation. The recovery process was slow and physically demanding, forcing him to temporarily step away from work. These experiences changed his perspective on life and health, making him more cautious and aware of physical limits. He often spoke about the importance of slowing down and prioritizing well-being over constant productivity. The accidents served as a turning point, reinforcing the fragility of life and the importance of family support during recovery. While difficult, this period led to a deeper appreciation of everyday moments and a more balanced approach to his professional commitments. He also began focusing more on simple routines that supported long-term health rather than short-term achievements and peace of mind for himself. Legacy and reflection. Looking back, Simon Cowell's journey reflects a life shaped by ambition, failure, resilience, and reinvention. From early emotional distance to global recognition, his story illustrates how personal experiences can influence professional success. He built a career that transformed entertainment television and helped launch the careers of numerous international artists. Yet his legacy extends beyond business achievements. It also includes lessons about persistence, adaptation, and the importance of understanding people. Over time, his outlook shifted from pure ambition to a more balanced perspective shaped by family and life experiences. Today, he is often seen as a figure who has evolved through both success and hardship. His story demonstrates that achievement is rarely linear and that growth often comes from challenges as much as from victories. This evolution continues to define how he approaches life and work today in a more thoughtful way.